Good morning and welcome to Heartland Outdoor Living. This morning I thought it might be kind of fun. You know, at the end of a football game you'll see some of the commentators will talk about like the three best, most valuable players of the game, something like that. So what I thought I'd do this morning is we're going to do a real quick video on the three most valuable tools, pieces of equipment, whatever you want to call it, while we've been on our past 2 weeks of hunting and camping trip in the cold weather. And that'll be aside from the outfitter tent that we use, because that's a video in and of itself. But the three probably things that saved the camping trip or made it the best it could possibly be, that's what we're going to see next. So let's get to the video. Well, you don't see that every day. That's crazy. Well, okay, now this is not going to necessarily be in any particular order on the most, or the three most used items from deer camp, but whatever you want to call it, the MVE, most valuable equipment. But this is, I'm going to show you a real short clip real quick. This is actually what I seen when I opened up the garage door to go out and start unpacking. So as you can see, the water main across the street is broken, and that's where, even though this base camp is actually made for camping, it actually came in handy yesterday because we used it off and on all day. I thought when we got home, I thought, man, it's going to be nice to get in a real shower, use the bathroom, and actually come in here and wash your hands using the sink and that kind of stuff. And what ended up happening is after the main broke, they had to shut the water off, and we was without water for most of the day. So this is actually a really handy tool. We were able to go ahead and use it yesterday, set up right here in the house next to the sink. But what I did yesterday, when I seen the water main had busted, I immediately came into the house with some of our empty water containers that we were going to be unpacking anyways for from the camping trip, and I went ahead and got us about 30 gallons of water filled up in containers, not knowing how long it would take the city to actually get out and fix the water break. But this right here is probably one of the best tools that we had. It really, I was able to take a couple of showers while we was at camp for 2 weeks. It makes it real easy when you're cleaning up around camp, doing dishes, that kind of stuff. You've actually got the hot water on demand. And again, we've done a full 1 year review on this, but this is actually going on year 2 now that we've had this thing, and it works like a champ. And you know, it's one of those deals you can even use it around the house for home emergencies, that kind of stuff. So it's got more than one purpose besides just camping, and it definitely saved us yesterday from a day without water and not being able to wash your hands or whatever else, especially when you're unpacking and getting filthy. So again, this is another one of our favorite items, and we will go to item number 2 next. Up next on the list is this radio made by Eton. It's the FRX 3 Plus. It's an all-purpose weather radio and portable phone charger. Now this thing is actually pretty sweet, and I'll kind of zoom in here so you can kind of see the box a little bit better. This thing is actually pretty sweet. It is a radio that you can take with you, and as you can see, it's got a little display up here, and I'll kind of push the button. I don't know if it'll light up or not, but yeah, it kind of lights up. But you've got a radio. It's got an emergency light on the side. It's also got a flashing red light if you were to need that for an emergency or whatever. It's got an antenna that you can pull out here so that you can get better reception, and then it's also got your different charging ports and cords back here. So you've got a place for your earbuds. If you wanted to just listen to the radio yourself, you can also charge up using the USB. You can use this as a charger. And then up at the top up here is it's got a solar panel, so when it's sitting in the sun it'll actually charge, and I'll show you some clips of this inside the camper where it's actually kind of taking a charge from our lantern that we've got set up on the deal. But then if you're in the dark and you still need the radio, or you've got this stored in a location where you can't get sunlight, you can actually hand crank this thing and it'll start charging. And then I don't know if you can see the little battery there, but it's showing that it's taking a charge with just me doing this. Now I will say this, it doesn't come to you fully charged, but Angie brought it to camp, and when she got there it was late in the evening, so it was still getting some charge from the sun, and we listen to the radio pretty much non-stop while I'm at camp. It gives me something to do, I enjoy that. And then also, if you guys like the football games and that kind of stuff, it's always fun to listen to the football game. But it's got an AM, FM, and then it's also got your weather channels and stuff on here as well. So there's like 6, 7 different selections that you can pick from, aside from, excuse me, aside from AM and FM. So that's going to be a really, really useful tool. Again, if you were in a spot where you were needing to charge your cell phone even, you can plug it in. You can pick up the weather radio if you were, you know, in a storm, natural disaster or something like that. But as small as this thing is, it actually does a great job providing you with a little bit of entertainment. You know, just take your mind off of whatever, if you like listening to the radio or the background noise. And then also, it's built pretty heavy duty. We haven't really thrown this around or dropped it or anything. The one thing I will say, this light on the side, this button, I wish that was in a different spot, because I've actually accidentally turned that on several times throughout the day. Just moving it around, you bump it into something and it kind of turns on. So if you do get one of these, be cautious of that. If I was going to change anything on this radio, I'd put this button down here somewhere where it's not going to be easily bumped rolling around the back of your car, or if you keep it in your Jeep or your car or whatever for emergency. But that's the only thing really complaint wise I would have. Otherwise, it's a great little radio. It's got a nice little speaker. I mean, it's loud enough you can hear it, but you're not going to be disturbing your neighbors if you're at a public camping area like we were. So that's a great item to have in the tent. And again, even out in the middle of nowhere, I was able to pick up the football game, listen to OU play. I believe, I can't remember if it was OU, yeah, I'm pretty sure we listened to OU. I don't think OSU, yeah, OSU was on a bye week, the weekend we had it. So anyhow, that's item number 2. And again, I'll zoom in over here so you can kind of see this. It is the Eaton FRX 3 Plus. And last but not least, guys, and like I said, this isn't in necessarily any particular order, because depending on what time of day it was and what time of night it was, this may actually rank number 1 in the list. But this is the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy Heater, and it is a gift that we got from Ty and Keela last year. So big shout out to them and a big thank you to them for the Christmas gift. It was actually Angie's Christmas gift, and we used it in the outfitter tent that we used over the last 2 weeks hunting and camping. And this thing saved our bacon. I couldn't tell you how many times, because it kept our tent nice and warm. There was plenty of nights it was 20 some odd degrees outside, but we stayed nice and warm, anywhere from 70 to 80 degrees inside the tent with this. And this is a 4,000 on low and a 9,000 BTU on high. It's the 2 settings that this buddy heater, the portable buddy heater, comes with. We've got it fixed with a filter on there because we did use the 20-pound propane bottles. You can also use the 1-pound bottles. If you take that filter off, you can use the 1-pound bottles, but with that filter and a 10-foot hose, you can use the 20-foot bottles, which makes it actually cheaper to keep the thing running, because there were several days throughout that 2 weeks where it was below freezing temps between day and night, and this thing ran 24 hours a day. So it was able to keep us warm. It was really nice to have. Like I say, when you got some a warm place to go back and rest and relax and get caught up and regrouped for your next hunt, that makes a world of difference. And then also, like I say, that the heater, the portable water heater behind it, where you can actually use hot water to wash your face and hands, and just, like I say, regroup for the day so you can go back out and get you another hunt in. It makes a world of difference. And then of course the luxury item would be the all-purpose weather radio and portable phone charger. So again, guys, that's going to be our top 3 probably for this week for the most valuable equipment for cold weather camping. Aside from the outfitter's tent, that's going to be our top 3 picks. We'll post links down below on Amazon. If you guys don't know, we are an Amazon affiliate, so any of the links down below, they send us a small portion of the sale. You won't see a difference when you're actually making the purchase. It just kind of gives us a little bit of nickel here and there for some purchases if you guys use our link. So again, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. If this has helped you at all with making up some decisions on what to maybe buy for Christmas gifts, and or your next camping and outing, please give us a big thumbs up, share this video with your friends and family, and as always, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes, and may you have a blessed week.